So the first lesson for the final term is actually a continuation of the midterm topic. So this is still under data management. So for our learning outcomes, we will be able to use the methods of linear regression and correlation to predict the values of a variable given certain conditions and advocate the use of statistical data in making important decisions. So for the normal distribution, there can be, in the module, I think there are four. So you have the more on the left, which is positively skewed, wherein the mean is greater than the median and the mode is less than the median. Uh, while the symmetrical distribution is that the mean, the median, and the mode have the same values. The negatively skewed distribution, it's more on the right side, wherein the mode is greater than the median, while uh, the mean is less than the median. So it's more on, if we are going to interpret majority of the students here, or the participants are um, have excellent performance, while the positively skewed uh, majority of the students have low scores, and there are only a few who got uh, high scores. So let's try to apply. So I'm taking a screenshot of some um, midterm exam results, and let's try to see if the distribution is positively skewed, symmetrical distribution, or negatively skewed. So let's start here. So we have the median here, it's 29, and the mean is, average is the mean 28.38. So if we are going to look at it, the median is greater than the mean. But let us look at the range. No, not the range, but the mode. So here we have two modes. That's 30 and 35. So the mode is greater than the median. So if we are going to create, okay, uh, an illustration for this and draw the curve, then it's more on like that. So it's more on negatively skewed. Many of the students have better performance. For this next example, the average or the mean and the median are the same. That's 35, so they are on exactly the same spot. But our mode here is 38. So, and if you're going also to draw the curve here, it is still more on the positively skewed. Though, looking at it, there are quite a number of people whose scores are on the lower portion. But we also have to analyze that the perfect score is 40, so more or less more than half of the or all of them were able to get half or above the passing score. So if we are going to get the passing score is 60, then 60% of 40, so that's 24, but the lowest score is 28. So it would mean that all of the students here passed the examination. So in this case, we look at the median. The median is 25. the mean is 25.64, so just a little higher than the median, and the mode is lower. So the mode is lower, so we can say that it's more on the negatively skewed distribution because the mode is smaller than the median, and the mean is greater than the median. So here, our mean is 6.43 and the median is 6, and our mode is also 6. So we go back. The mode is the uh, data that has the highest frequency, so it appears the most. So in our case, it has the highest bar. So we look at the one with the highest bar. So if we assume that um, our average is just very, very close, so more or less it's very close to symmetrical distribution, but not exactly, but just very close. So let's look at the normal curve, the characteristics of the normal curve. So the curve is symmetric, meaning it is exactly, the left side is equal to the left side, the same pattern, the same values for the mean, the median, and the mode. The curve represents a unimodal distribution. That means when you say unimodal, there is exactly one mode. And the area under the curve is 1, or the probability under the curve is 100%. So all the data are in under the curve. So the tails are asymptotic to the horizontal line and they extend to infinity. So we will not discuss more on this because we will not be solving and interpreting. So if we have our face-to-face discussion, then we will be able to discuss fully what all these terms are all about. So for a distribution that is symmetrical and bell-shaped or normal distribution, so we looked at the illustration on the right side. So on either side of the mean, so this is our mean, so approximately 68% of the data falls under one standard deviation. So one standard deviation and another one standard deviation. So one standard deviation on both sides. And nearly 95% of the data were within two normal distribution or two standard deviation of the mean from both sides. So that's two standard deviation and another 2 on the left standard deviation. So nearly all the data, which is 99.73%, falls below 3 standard deviation of the mean. So from the mean, that's 3 standard deviation and 3 standard deviation to the left side. So these are the characteristics of the normal curve or the bell-shaped distribution. So we will just be discussing more on the concepts, not so if we will be having the face-to-face, and we can discuss more on what it will be, how it will be solved. Okay, so thank you so much for listening.